Hi, my beauties. This is the look that I created for one of my subscribers who has an anniversary coming up. Her name is Michelle. She has blue eyes. And so I did the browns, which is really good for that. If you want to see how I did it, stick around. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Stay tuned. Hi, my beauties. So, what I'm going to do today, and I probably should have mapped out my colors, but I didn't. I have a bad habit of that, which makes my videos go really long. Sorry. Anyway, one of my subscribers, her anniversary is coming up, I believe, in November. Her name is Michelle, and she had asked me for advice on doing an eye look, because it's been a while since she's really done makeup and everything, and she has blue eyes. So what I'm going to do is kind of do a look that is easy to do and go through a tutorial, and hopefully, Michelle, you're watching, of how to achieve a nice look that will complement blue eyes. Give a little tips along the way. The only thing I've done is my eyebrows. The way that I do them is like really odd, so I really can't advise too much on that because I'm still trying to figure that out myself. I want to do this so that she can achieve the look that she's wanting for her anniversary. Now, a couple of things that I've already done is I've moisturized my face and I put a lip balm on. Now, the one that I use is discontinued, but it's done by what used to be Beauty Control. And this, I mean, it's just a little tub, but let's see. Thankfully, I still have plenty because it doesn't take much, but like in the winter, my lips get really dry and cracked. So, and then it says the name there on the side. Gets really dry and cracked. So this has been the only balm that has really helped me. Tried Carmex and, chapstick brands and stuff. They never work. Also, the look that I'm going to be doing will be something that's kind of economical. As best as I can. Now, one thing I do advise is a little bit of a splurge, and that's on the eyeshadow primer. Now, this is like the trial size, and I want to say it was 12-ish, maybe 14, somewhere in that range, so that it's not one boom price. Because I think the full size is like 28. But I do think they have a special going on right now where you can get to the full size. Or no, the full size is like 24. And they have a deal where you can get 2 full size of these for 28. So I'm like highly considering doing that because that's awesome. But it's just a little tube. That's what it looks like. But I do really recommend splurging. When I do, you don't have to be precise. I just slap a little on there. And then right all over the eyelid. And then same on this side. And just make sure you get all of the eyelid. This has helped me with my eyeshadow staying on all day, and also with it not creasing. That's where that was. Could not find it. Sorry. Now, you can really use any brush that you're comfortable with. The one that I like to do my setting with is from BS Mall. They weren't real expensive. It's just an angled, kind of fluffed. And I set it, I use my Pretty Vulgar that I got in a subscription. But basically, I use it because, I don't know if you can really see, it's kind of coming off more white. But it's actually a cream color. And that's the one that I like the most. And then I just run that all over. And I kind of do it by feel, because when it's done, it should feel kind of velvety. That's good. That's how I do my face too. But this takes no precision. Okay. So now that that's done, I'll show you the palettes that I really like, and ironically, they're all Beauty Glaze. Now you can get these from AliExpress really cheap, because that's where the three smaller ones came from. You can also get them on Amazon, and they're decently priced there. I want to say that the three that I'm going to show you right now, I got at AliExpress, and they were like less than $5 each. Because I want to say that I only paid like $13 or $14 for all three. So, if you're going to do that, you want to get on it right now, because it comes from overseas. It takes forever to come in. Okay, at least a month. This one is probably the one I use the most. Okay? And then those are the colors that are in it. Then we have this one, and it's not showing up right, but it's the I Got You collection. Now this one came with the piece that was chunked out right there, but other than that, it was perfect. And I could have taken that little chunk and put a little alcohol and pressed it back in, but I just didn't feel like it. This is the Sunset Dusk. And these are all warm toned. And You can see there. These are all really warm toned, which would be good for your anniversary. Now this one I think came from Amazon. I want to say it's priced around $10 on its own, but it's the must-have palette. And you get all those colors. So if you can only get one, I would really recommend the must-have palette, due to the fact that you have so many choices with it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one to start the transition. And I warn you now, this is probably going to be a long video. I'm using a Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush. It came in a pack because there was this one. There's another one. I know there is. There's also a small angled. There was one more. I can't find it at the moment. Oh, that's because it's in my other. Oh no, this is the small crease, angled. I can't even talk today. It's just not happening. Anyway, there was another one that's a little more kind of fluffy. Here it is. And they all came in a set, and I want to say the set was like around 14. And like I've always said, I have hooded eyes. You can see where all of a sudden that lower lid's like nearly gone. So there's little tricks to maneuver that. But basically, I start something in my eyelash. I have this mirror that is 20 times magnification, and then I have a little lighted mirror. It's regular on one side and 7 times on the other. That's why you see me using this a lot. I always start at the outside edge and kind of swirl inward. And then I go into windshield wiper mode. But I do those little swirls just in the beginning to kind of get that color in there. And then just get it to your desired. I typically go a little heavy-handed because of other things that I do that will mute the color. But not everybody would do that. That's just me. And on this outside edge, I really make sure that it's in there so it doesn't get too lost in the blending. I'm going to do the other eye, so I'm going to be pausing a lot because I want this to not be super long. So what I'll do is show you on one eye, pause, do the other eye, come back. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. What I did was I went ahead and did the other eye, and then I did another color to deepen it. that I'm going to do on this side. So that way we can kind of continue. This is the Sunset Dusk. And I'm using this color right here called Volcano. It looks a lot deeper than what it is. And then what I do is same type of process, just a little lower. A little more in the crease, but I do bring it up, as you can see. So I just kind of start at this one end and then just follow the crease down. But when I'm on the outside edge, I'm actually kind of pushing the brush right here so that it puts a little more color on that edge than it would in the center corner. And I always check to make sure they're kind of even, because you want them to at least look related. They don't have to be twins, but at least in the family. And like I said, this outer corner, I always do a little more. Make sure that it's deep. Oh, I think I went a little much. So let's. Do that here. So now they're kind of even. I also kind of played around with the colors. Now I just have to remember what colors swatched where. That's the fun part. I'm going back into the must-have palette. I think that'll be good. Oh, before I do that, let me. Okay. I'm going to come in with this color right here. These are not named colors, so that's kind of bad. I am changing brushes. If I can find that's smaller than what I want. Here we go. It's a BS small. It's just a flat brush. I'm going to come in, not all the way to the inner corner, and leave a little space there. And if your eyelids are as wrinkly as mine, you kind of need to get it going in all sorts of directions so that that color gets deposited all the way. Now, some of it did go over it, and that's fine, because we're going to be using darker colors on the outer edge than we are in the inner, so you kind of want to leave the center alone. I like the shadow to be real close to the lash line. And that everything is covered. Okay. Yeah. I end up with even more when I'm trying to figure things out. Anyway, you come in with this color. And we're going to do that on the very outer edge. And I usually start with the crease and just kind of work that in a little bit. And then down along the lash line. And then at the corner, see I'm brushing up? That you want to do so that it kind of lifts. And I bring that dark up a little bit. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to do the other one. Okay. So I'm going to go in with this light brown on that inner lid, and I'm using a smaller shading brush. And we're just going to put a little color on that inner. And I'm putting a lot because I want to make sure that when I go to blend, it's not really getting lost. That's the thing with this mirror. You see everything. So I had a little eye gunk that was bothering me. Okay. Now, what I usually do is I use the color that I had set with on my eyes, and I just come up. So basically, you know, any kind of like cream color. You can even do something that shimmers up in here, but I'm not a particular fan of a shimmer up by the brow bone. That's my own personal thing. A lot of people like to do a shimmer, and that's terrific. Because honestly, makeup is your art. I can give you tips. I can show you how I do mine. But ultimately, it's going to be your own thing. Now, if you want to add a little pizzazz, I'm just going to use this real quick to show you. It's a shimmer color, but it's like a light bronzy. Just going to put that on the inside. Now, if you really want this to stand out, you would use a glue. Or even concealer. A lot of people use concealer. I'm not looking for it to like really super pop. Just a little bit. So when people are close to you, they'll see it. And again, making sure both eyes look related. Okay. Now, if there was ever anything to really kind of invest in, it would be a blending brush. I have several, but the one I'm going to use is an Elizabeth Mott. Let's see that. I can't get it to focus. Anyway, with blending, I usually start at the top and kind of get the lighter colors, and then the inner come through, and then I work to the outer. Kind of swirl, not swirl, swipe. And what this does is it kind of makes each color flow into one another so that it seems seamless, where you don't really have hard to tell where like one color starts and one ends. That's what I was trying to say. So this is the one and this isn't. You can see the difference. I am like a huge fan of blending. Now, with browns, you got to be careful because of the fact that a lot of times when you do the blending, if you don't have enough contrast, it'll just look Looky there. Also end up with makeup everywhere on your face. I'm trying to wipe with that. Oh, goodness. Now we know why it wasn't really okay. That's better. But when you go to blend, a lot of times it just blends into one big brown blob muddy mess. So make sure that you're using enough contrasting colors, that there's enough difference in the shades so that when you blend, you're still getting that effect. So we're going to do the same thing on this eye. Now you can blend along the way. I just happened to do it all in the end. Okay, so now the next thing that I do, I always have like a little thing of micellar water and Q-tips, and I just come down and then when I get to, now don't do exactly what I do because it's really bad for your eyes with wrinkles, but I just kind of roll the Q-tip and then the dry end I roll along too, and that kind of gives me that edge, which also will help lift. And then just a little detail. Now if you decide to do more lighter colors, lining your eyes with black is so beautiful on blue eyes.
Understood, and you mentioned the evangelicals, you mentioned women, and this is, they are watching this very closely. You have a lot of women who supported President Trump, and they are watching this. Everybody's moves from between now and moving forward, Judge Napolitano, every move that everyone makes is under a microscope. So where are there's so many political landmines there, but what are the missteps that
I do not know why I'm having such a hard time good enough for government work. I'm going to do my face because that's the process that I do after I do my eyes. And then I come in and do the underline of my eyes and my mascara. So I'll be right back. Just real quick, I wanted to show you what I'm doing with the color correcting. The dark orangish does well for dark circles and spots like I have. The green offsets red spots. So I'll be right back. Okay, just a quick check-in. Just wanted to show you how it covers. Now, I still have, the discoloration, working on that, but it does look a lot better. I'm going to go do this side. Be back. Okay, real quick. That's what I've done. Now, what I've been using of late, okay, not sure why this, because I've gotten this to focus before. I'm gonna hold it still. Anyway, it's the CoverGirl, just lost my sponge. Healthy elixir, and it's been doing really well. Hang on. Got it. For the doggies tent. Now the my glasses on. This is Makeup Revolution concealer. Can't really see. I saw a review, I believe it was Jeffree Star, that said this was just as good, if not better, than Shape Tape. I don't know. I just know that it was economical, and I thought, I'll give it a shot. And I do like it. Now, you don't want to just dot. Kind of want to come in a triangle.
With less pain, I can do more. Ask your doctor about Allure. If you're eligible, you could pay as little as $25 a month.
Minimizing fees, they seem to be the very foundation of your typical bank. Capital One is anything but typical. That's why we designed Capital One Cafes. You can get savings and checking accounts with no.
Now I kind of just roll a little bit under the eye.
Top it off, you can open one from anywhere in 5 minutes. This isn't a typical bank. This is banking.
You just want to make sure that's all blended in. And then the other side.
Breakfast wants you back. Try new Just Crack an Egg, packed with diced potatoes, veggies, meat, and cheese. Just add a fresh egg.
At first, I make sure I get it
To get those warm, fuzzy feelings again. Take breakfast back. Farther than the egg aisle. Play.
But
Choose a rainbow.
doing that rolling motion kind of helps it to not settle on the fine lines. I I found that it still will a little bit. Then I set, if I can open it, with a banana powder. And what I'm using is Bella Priori. I got it in a Ipsy bag. It's lasted forever because I just use it for my under eye. And I use the same one that I set my eyes with and did along my brow bone. And then I just kind of gently pull at that right before and put that on there so that
Negotiations are still underway about the details of Dr. Ford's appearance before the committee. Sources telling Fox News that
and
Ford wants to testify on
I don't bake because my skin is dry.
continues to stand before its nominee, who has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing.
And I got fine lines and wrinkles. The way that I understand it, your skin's dry and you got wrinkles, fine lines, and all that. Baking's bad. It's bad enough putting powder on. Just is what it is. Alright, so I'm going to take care of everything else. If I think of any tips along the way, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. What we're gonna do right now is do the lining under the eye. Now, I also have my mascara under my thigh because I don't have enough cleavage. Using the body heat to kind of warm it up, to see how that does. Now, at this point too, I curl. Getting a good one is key. It does not have to be expensive. Because this, I think, is an NYC. Might be Wet n Wild. I'll have to look. Anyway, I just kind of, really press together. I'll have to put my glasses on. Then I come to the other eye. Yeah, it is an NYC. Had a little bit of skin there. I don't start off and just immediately press it real hard together, because if you get a piece of skin and you do that, whoo, that hurts, and it'll make your eyes water. And then come back to this eye. And I always try not to blink, because you'll pull an eyelash out. And I always try to get as close to the eyelash line as I can. And I come to this eye. Well, that one really curled. This one, let's see if I can't get it to match it. Because this side really curled up. Nice. And talking while doing it, you can pull on your eyelashes too. There we go. Now we have some massive curl. Now, for me, when I do something like this, I like to go with a little pop under the eye. Purple is a real good color with blue eyes as well. So out of the warm tone palette, you take this purple and I'm just using a small brush and I just start. Let's see if I can bring that lower so you can see what I'm doing. And just short strokes. I don't like using eyeliner pencils as much, particularly being older. I think eyeshadow works much better. And you always want to come up and make sure that top and the bottom connect.
If these allegations are true, they're very serious allegations, and I would say yes, that Mr. Rosenstein would be well advised to step aside, the president and the attorney general would be well within their rights to terminate his employment.
This is where my OCD comes in. Okay. Other side. This is my leaky eye, so I have to be careful in that corner because it'll leak, make this wet, which will intensify the color. Trust me, because I've done it. Checking for relation.
Testify on Thursday. Do you think that is a fair amount of time to give Dr. Ford to wait until Thursday?
I think that we've already, these allegations are set up by Diane Feinstein for a long period of time. She waited until the hearing was actually completed and moved through that 7-day extra window, which they were allowed to ask for, and Republicans gave it to them. And they waited until even that was concluded before they actually brought this allegation forward. I think that it is a delay tactic, and I want to hear from her. I think it's very important that Dr. Ford get an opportunity to testify, but I am bewildered by the fact that she knew about this. She has a legal team. Why it's taking so long for them to come around, and they want things, all kinds of special conditions to come and testify.
Congressman, maybe you bring up some things, you bring up some important points.
Good enough. Then I lost it. No bueno. Did I put it back in here? Well, I can't find my blending brush that I had. I had to put it back in my thing, but oh well. I'm gonna use this one. And I come through and I just go back and forth over that. I'm shocked because a lot of times I end up sticking the brush in my eyeball. So now that I've got that blended, mascara. Okay. And I always kind of just against the rim. I get all that excess off. And that helps keep from making a mess. First thing I do is my bottom. I just kind of find out where those eyelashes are. Nearly poked my eyeball out. I swear one of these days I'm going to go blind because I'm going to poke my eyeball.
Introducing Spectrum Mobile, built on America's largest, most reliable LTE network. Combined with our ultra-fast nationwide Wi-Fi network, Spectrum Internet customers get our unlimited data plan for $45 a line, or our buy a gig plan for
And I've got this hair that keeps bothering me.
Then enjoy a faster, better connection, streaming, surfing, gaming, or whatever you're into. All with unlimited talk and text and no contracts. Call 833-204-7283. The best network, the best devices, the
Never here too.
Get Spectrum Mobile today with our unlimited data plan for $45 a line and save up to 40% on your mobile bill. Or get our 5 gig plan and pay as you go for $14 a gig. All with unlimited talk and text. Call 833-204-7283 or visit SpectrumMobile.com.
And we want to bring back Republican Congressman Andy Biggs of Arizona, a member of the House Judiciary Committee. And Congressman, thanks for sticking around with this. I want to go back to what you said just before the break, and I want to ask you.
And then I usually just kind of come over, especially if I'm going out for the night. I just come back over those bottoms a little bit.
So she wouldn't feel necessarily like everything was going public, because sooner or later that's going to go public anyway. I want to give her every chance, but I think that
Okay. And then I dip in so that, because of wiping all that excess off, there's only so much mascara to go around.
Okay, I have more questions about that, but I need to move on. So I will, and I want to talk about these allegations that
And then with the top, I kind of at the root
Now that that story is out there, where do you think President Trump
and promptly poke myself in the eyeball.
justifies
Now,
out there? Do you think
if you have this happen, it's going to be difficult as anything. Leave it. Let it dry. Easier to clean up. Now I don't really do the underside. I just kind of brush the tip on the other side.
Well, as you just pointed out, Mr. Rosenstein said that, listen, that comment was made in jest, sort of kind of cheeky, like, what do you want me to do, wiretap the president for our sources? If the president fires or does not fire Mr. Rosenstein, what damage has this alleged incident created?
Well, I think it further calls into question those who are in the closest circles of President Trump. And I mean, President Trump is operating at a very high level in spite of some very
And again, brush those tips.
even Mr. Rosenstein, who I personally, I've been highly critical of Mr. Rosenstein, although this I find really kind of odd, an odd statement. Hard to believe that it was true, but I'm very critical of Mr. Rosenstein and the way the DOJ has been handled.
So then, that said, is this all representative of a Department of Justice that is out to get President Trump, or is this more of a reflection on President Trump, his
And then
presidency, his character, perhaps?
come back to the other side again.
Well, I think there's no doubt that President Trump is comfortable operating in a certain environment of contestants.
Now, if I was to put false lashes on, I would have curled my lashes and then put the false on, and then lightly brush mascara on my lashes into it so that it all blends and looks cohesive. Comb your lashes, always. Takes out the clumps and separates the lashes. I've also found when I do this, they're not as stiff.
If the U.S. starts declassifying all sorts of sensitive documents, then would that hamper, attempts to share information and to collect information from other intelligence allies?
I agree with that part.
And then
We're talking fusion GPS, fake Nazi issues. We're talking about some more emails between Strzok and Page. We're talking about Bruce Orr and how
I do the same to the other eye.
Cruz later fired by the FBI because he was leaking things to the media. I don't know that that's going to
Not sure where that voice came from, but
they just wanted to work with the United States.
because I used to
Transparent and honest.
have a real bad Southern.
National security, I think we as American people would be better served.
If I'm around
From Arizona, we'll leave it there, and thank you for sticking around with us this afternoon.
someone with a real strong Southern accent, I always warn them that my accent could come out at any time, and it's not that I'm making fun. It just something that like I said, didn't mean for it to happen, but it does. This is a lip liner that I've had. It's Estee Lauder in Apple Cordial. And what I do, actually, I'm just going to put a little bit of the balm on, because don't do too much of it at this point, because if I do too much, it affects how everything applies. And what I do is I stretch out my upper lip,
Having moderate to severe plaque psoriasis is not always easy. It's a long-distance journey, and you have the determination to keep going. Humira has a proven track record.
and I find my Cupid's bow.
For 10 years, Humira works inside your body to target and block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to symptoms.
And again, short strokes are a lot better.
5% and even 90% clearance in just 4 months, and the kind of clearance that can last.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure.
And the bottom lip.
TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, or allergic infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Join over 250,000 patients who have chosen Humira. Ask about the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists. Humira and go.
Today, 97% of employers agree that skills like teamwork, attention to detail, and customer service are critical to business success. Like the ones we teach here every day.
Now, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to kind of fill in before. I feel like that mascara is still under my leg. It's not, but
Try it out for free. Go online, download the app, see why it matters. Quick way to conversation in any language.
I'm young. I'm not supposed to have my phone.
If you just learned you have high blood pressure, or you're already treating it with medication, you can benefit from adding Soda Plus to your treatment plan. Medication is not the answer all the time in treatment of blood pressure. With Soda Plus therapy is safe and easy to do at home or on the go. Do it while you're watching TV, during breakfast, relaxing, even before a workout. In studies, 90% of people lowered their blood pressure from 10 to 15 points in as few as 4 to 8 weeks. And with the company's fantastic 90-day money-back guarantee, that's why a full new month the purchase price. There's no risk. You have everything you need by giving Soda Plus a try for 90 days. Call now at 800-311-6730 or visit us online at sodaplus.com.
Mesothelioma, it's all we do. With 7 offices across the country, we're large enough to take on big corporations. Let us come meet with you.
and what that will do by filling it in like that
That's 1-800.
is when the lipstick starts to wear off, you still got the liner there. So it doesn't look horrible or naked. So like, you're going out for the night. It's just kind of a good idea. Then
Farmers in North Carolina are reeling after Hurricane Florence. Floodwaters devastating hundreds of acres of crops from soybeans to cotton. 6 of North Carolina's top 10 agricultural counties were among the most heavily flooded. This is Linda-IWHMSNUG's corn crop. 100-mile-an-hour winds from Hurricane Florence snapped his stalks in half. The corn fell to the ground, making most of it, unusable. Some are even growing sprouts at the end, ruining them. Glenn thinks he's probably going to lose at least half of his crop. Glenn also lost a year's worth of tobacco in the crop he already picked after his killing barns lost electricity. Joseph Andrews' farm spans 3 generations. Floodwaters destroyed his home, crops, and livestock. 100 of his 120 cattle drowned, so did tens of thousands of chickens.
It's bad, but it's humbling. I really believe the team has come together so much.
Now, when you do something bold like I just did, it's very important to pay attention to the edges, okay? Oh, now to fix this eye. That might be a bit much for me to just be able to scrape.
Farmers has had a few years, and this will probably have like half of farmers industry.
It is. Now, when it's too much, because it won't scrape off, because that was a really big blah, I take a little bit of the micellar water and I just kind of dab. Because I don't want to take too much of that makeup off.
Despite a booming economy under President Trump, the president touting those numbers today, tweeting, quote, new economic records being set on a daily basis, and it is not by accident.
So, there you go. This is the look. If you're looking for something a little more subtle, leave me a comment. I will do my best. I'm not very good at subtle, especially when dealing with browns. I don't know why. It just is. But if you like what you saw, ring the bell, smash the thumbs up, leave me a comment. Tell your friends to subscribe. I'm kind of stalled where I'm at, and I'm wanting to hit the next level of 300. And I'm stuck at like 208. So tell your friends. And tell them I'll do, if you want to ask me questions, I'll do a video on answering them. Leave me a comment with a question. I'll write them down, do a video answering them. So, till then, goodbye, my beauties.